I thought it was really awesome. Incredible atmosphere to come back and play in. You don't realize what you got until it's gone sometimes. So I certainly missed that. I'd also like to take an opportunity to thank all the men and women that served our country and lost their lives on 9/11. Sounds like they had a tremendous presentation out of the game today, and just that moment always sticks with me. I had somebody text me today actually and said, "Hey, do you remember when 9/11 occurred? We were sitting watching film at Valdosta State," and I thought, man, that was a long time ago. And the people that lost their lives over the last 20 years serving our country, it means a lot. I know to the University of Georgia, our team, my family, for all the people that served our country. So with that, thanks.
Okay, let's go to questions. We'll begin with Seth Emerson and then Chip Towers.
Kirby, can you take us through the decision-making process on starting Stetson over Carson, and I guess also what JT's prognosis is at this point?
Yeah, JT got better as the week went on. Really didn't even know anything was really wrong with him on Monday. He took most reps and was fine. It was bothering him some. And as the week went on Tuesday, it bothered him a little more. And today he was better than he was earlier in the week and actually felt good. Today was the first time he got to really throw some balls down the field in warm-ups. So we hope he continues to improve. The decision to go with Stetson, we're really young offensively. We have a lot of guys that are injured and out, whether it's Kieras, George, Darnell. I mean, we just have a lot of young players that we're trying to grow up, and we thought that it would give us a calming effect to have him in, his experience, his ability to play in games. He played really well and really proud of the way he handled it. And the plan was to play both of them. And we went 2-1, 2-1, exactly like we planned on to get those guys reps. And I'm really proud of the way Stetson's handled himself. Nobody's been better to the University of Georgia than Stetson Bennett in terms of his work. And he doesn't get, as many reps as a lot of other guys. So I was proud of him and his success today.
Yeah, Coach, going forward, is Stetson Bennett, you said coming into the game pretty often in preseason that Carson Beck was QB2, was the second guy. Is Stetson now QB2, or is he possibly QB1? I mean, you couldn't play much better than he played today, so how do you handle it going forward?
It's a day-to-day evaluation, Chip. You know that. It depends on JT's injury. Depends on how they practiced during the week. We thought Stetson practiced really well this week, and that was the reason we decided to go with him along with the youth. So it's day-to-day. We're not getting into hypotheticals today. I'll let you guys do that.
Okay, let's go to Dean Legge and Anthony Dasher.
It seemed like y'all did want to stretch the field today. Just thoughts on that?
Well, they gave us the ability to stretch the field. I mean, the second play of the game, they played quarters, same thing that Clemson played, but they bid on the run. They came up on the run, and Jermaine ran by the safety that was playing quarters. So it's not a matter of wanting to stretch the field versus not wanting to stretch the field. It's what the defense does. If they don't cover somebody running down the field, you throw it to them. And if they do cover them, then you got to find somebody else. So I don't think it was about scheme. I thought it was aggressive, and that's what we wanted to be. We want to be explosive. That's all we talked about all week. To be explosive, you got to be fast. And we played a little faster today. We still got a long way to go, guys. A long way to go, running the ball. Did not stop the run real well today. But our kids did come out and play fast, and they played hard.
And a little bit of a follow-up on that, Coach. You often talk about, wanting teams to play to a standard. I mean, how do you feel you did in that regard today?
No, they did well, Anthony. I felt like special teams, we did not dominate the last game like we should. We played pretty dominant on special teams today without a couple stupid penalties. But outside of that, it's a weapon for us. I want to use it. So we played to the standard on special teams. Thought offense and defense played to a standard most of the time. And that's important. It's important that when you say play to a standard, you do that. And I thought our guys played with connection. They played with toughness, all those DNA qualities we talk about, resiliency. They were able to do that. And, the other team was probably overpowered after watching them. We got better players than they do, and we played explosive football, which is big on scoring points.
Mike Griffith and Mark Weiser.
Yeah, Kirby, not to nitpick, but to give up over 100 yards, we're not used to seeing that from your defense. What did UAB do? How much of that was scheme? And then conversely, Stetson had the longest run of the game at 20 yards. Why do you think your running backs weren't able to break something loose?
We didn't move people up front. You know, when you don't move people, create space and holes, you're not going to have long rushing yards. So UAB did a good job. They've been a top 5 national defense for 4 or 5 years, and they contained the run game on us, but it was expensive for them to do that too. And then defensively for us, we didn't strike blockers real well. We didn't play as well up front as we have in the past. We got cut down by some of their chop blocks, and we didn't. The ones did a pretty good job on the run, but when we went to our subs, especially the end of the game, I mean, there were at least 40 yards rushing that closed out the game that was just atrocious. So we can't do that.
Kirby, how difficult is it to manage quarterbacks when you have a decision like you guys did this week in terms of the quarterback room as talented as you have, and obviously everyone wants to play?
It's the same as the defensive back room and the wide receiver room and the other rooms. I mean, we go out and compete each day. They get reps. They get mental reps. I mean, I don't see it any different. I see the guys, there are going to be plenty of reps in practice for those guys to prepare, just like there was this week. And we'll prepare each guy. We have a very intelligent quarterback room. So when you're not getting a rep, you are getting a mental rep, and that's how you prepare. I mean, I told Carson and Stetson, I guess it was Thursday or Wednesday, I forget what day I met with them. I said, I have complete confidence in both you guys. I'm in a completely different position, and I have been very consistent in saying I am really confident in our quarterback room. And, last year we were not in this position. We are in a much better position right now, and those guys got to get better and continue to grow.
Let's go to Paul Newberry and then back to the red flag.
Get unmuted there. Kirby, how did you like the way your team came out? I mean, obviously, when you're coming off such a huge win as you had in the opener, do you like the way kind of avoiding so-called letdown, just the way they obviously came out right from the start, not taking the foot off the gas?
Yeah, I was proud of the start. I mean, I don't know that it was – I got to watch the tape. Was it what we did or was it what they did? They gave us, 2 really big explosive plays, and some of that has to do with good play calling, has to do with maybe a mistake by them. I don't know. But we wanted to be explosive, and we were, and I can't there's a lot of things we can improve on. We got a lot of players that can get better on our team, but our team did start fast today, and that's what we challenged them to do, be aggressive and be explosive, because we haven't been, and I thought they did a good job of that, at least in the pass game.
Coach, just wanted to ask about Brock Bowers and how he's acclimated into the offense and made an early impact. How has he picked up the offense so quickly and developed a connection with the quarterbacks?
Well, it started in the spring. He's very bright, very conscientious. He was an interesting recruitment. We recruited his mom, his dad, his sister, his whole family. They're a wonderful family. His mom was a tremendous athlete. His dad's a football player. He's a great story. Every time I talk to him, I probably talk to him, once every 2 weeks. Hartley talked to him probably every day, and we just felt like we had a special player. And once we got him, we realized it. I mean, this young man played tailback. Coach Munkin spent a lot of time on Zooms, showing him the ways he would be able to use him, utilize his talents, and we need tight ends like him if we're going to be elite. We have to have more guys like him. And there's guys out there across the country that we got to get in order to be elite at the tight end position. And he's become a really good weapon. And I don't think people respect his ability to block, because he packs a powerful punch and he's really tough. And he's been a weapon for us. I'm proud of his humility.
Let's go to Palmer Toms and then back to Brandon Sedge.
Kirby, Stetson was telling us how nervous he was before this game and how much it kind of affected him, that he didn't eat the pregame meal and stuff. Could you tell that, and was there anything that you all did to help settle his nerves?
No, I didn't notice that. I felt like, having all the jitters that he had last year, he's kind of over that and through it. He seemed very calm and collected. He always does to me. He has poise in the pocket. I still remember the spring game. He went out and just walked down the field his freshman year and did a tremendous job. And he's always had great composure, great athletic ability, and a great understanding of the game. And he's a winner. I mean, he's a Georgia Bulldog, and he's meant a lot to this program, and he's done a great job. And he just all he does is do his job each and every day, and proud of how hard he's worked to get this opportunity.
Kirby, if I can follow up on that kind of anecdotally, I guess, but like, can you speak on the ups and downs that he's kind of been through as leaving, coming back, starting last year, and then losing that spot, and just being ready within a matter of a couple of days to call him? I mean, how valuable is that?
It's extremely valuable. I mean, in today's day and age of me, right? Portal. This guy is doing the duty that lies nearest. That's the kind of guy he is. He does the duty that lies nearest, and it means a lot to me that we got a guy in our organization that does that.
Let's go to Davis Baker, and then we'll see if Mark Brown has a question.
Hey, Coach, just how important is it for some of the young guys to get this valuable in-game experience and, see guys like Justin Robinson score and Carson Beck throw a touchdown, Keeler Ringo, stuff like that?
Oh, it's tremendous. It does wonders for their confidence, right? I mean, you have to get over the number of times you have to make a mistake in a game to be able to grow. And I thought that some of our young players are starting to grow up. And you can only practice so much before they get in the game and have to play. And my favorite young linebacker Pop, gets his first college football play as a pick six for a touchdown. And just a great story. He's a kid from a tough background back home and tremendous family, and didn't get to play football last year up in Maryland, and comes all the way down here and gets first play as a pick six.
Coach, I know there doesn't seem a whole lot of time for humor during the game on any Saturday, but were you somewhat bemused that the guy who everybody said last year couldn't throw deep threw 3 touchdown passes and more than 60 yards in the first half?
I'll be honest with you, I never heard that. For people to say Stetson can't throw deep, he's got one of the strongest arms I've seen. So I never heard that. I never believed that. That doesn't affect anything we do. We make decisions based on facts. So I don't know what adjective you used either, Mark. That was out of my league for the bemused or was it amused or bemused? I don't know that word. So
it's a word that is usually misused. I think I just do. So.
Well, I have no idea how to spell it, but I'll ask my 13-year-old because he's really smart.
Let's go to Jim May and Connor Raleigh.
Yeah, Kirby, you mentioned this a minute ago with the young players, but some of those guys on defense, think Nazir Stackhouse, Demond Dumas-Johnson, guys like that. What does a game like this do for your depth, specifically on defense? We've got guys coming in and making plays. I think Nazir had a couple pressures in the sack, and then obviously the pick six there.
Yeah, tremendous confidence. I mean, it gives them the ability to play and play in more meaningful games. And I don't think enough people out there in the public actually understand that these kids practice every day. They take 60 reps of practice, and there's a chance they don't play. So for the opportunity to go out there and play in a game, it has to mean something. It has to be enough pride to say, I don't care what the scoreboard says. This is my opportunity to show my coach that all my hard work has paid off. For a guy like Timon Mitchell, a guy like Warren Brinson, a guy like Chad Lindbergh, a guy like Dejon Edwards. They work really hard too. And believe it or not, they're good football players. And we want to give them an opportunity to go play and prove that they can play at a high level.
Kirby, what were your conversations like with Stetson this week? It seemed like the quarterback situation changed day to day, and how do you think he performed today with his first time in extended role?
He performed outstanding. I'll be honest with you, I didn't have a lot of conversations with Stetson. I sent him a text and said, are you preparing like you're the guy? And just said, are you working that way? Are you looking at this as, I don't know if I'm going to be the guy or not. And he just said, no, I'm preparing like I'm going to be the guy. I don't spend a lot of time in there, believe it or not. I don't go sit down with those guys and tell them what they need to do. Coach Munkin does a tremendous job with the offense and those quarterbacks. And we had a discussion, and we decided which direction we were headed after those practices. And we told the quarterbacks exactly what we're going to do. We stuck to that plan, and we'll continue to do that based on how they practice.
We've got time for two more questions. Anybody, go ahead and jump in. Kirby, was there any chance that JT was going to play? I know you said you told the quarterbacks what they were going to do. Was that subject to change if JT was 100%?
I don't understand the question. If he was 100%, there's no situation that he was 100%, right? Like, I don't understand what you mean if he was 100%. He wasn't 100%, right? I'm confused, Mike.
Yeah, I guess I was confused. You said he was feeling better before the game.
Yes, he improved. He did improve as the week went on, but 100%. I mean, that wasn't the case. I think you guys want to make a bigger deal out of it than it was. He's not 100%. He was whatever percent better than what he was on Monday or Tuesday, but he was not 100%. And we felt like going with the other guys because the other guys got to practice more.
Last question.
Heading into next week, Kirby, does this elevate Stetson in any way when you look at reps for next week's game?
Again, it'll be evaluated day to day, Chip. I really don't know how to answer your question any better. You want me to say something that'll be eye-catching and eye-popping so you can just go grab some media attention, but it's going to be evaluated day to day, and that's what percentage healthy is JT? You know, how does Carson practice? How does Stetson deal with success? I mean, I don't know that. It'll be evaluated day to day. I don't have any hypotheticals. Thank you, guys.